So now in terms of level 3 changes, these are outcomes that take a little bit longer to be measured, and they are specifically the indicators here look at systems level changes. So from the MasterCard Foundation framework, level 3 is concerned specifically with changes in the 6 conditions of systems change, including policies, practices, resource flows, relationships and connections, power dynamics, and mindsets. So in terms of level 3 policies, practices, and resource flows, policies include institutional and organizational roles, rules, regulations, and priorities that guide the actions in a given sector. Practices include activities of institutions, coalitions, networks, and other entities, other actors to advance social and environmental progress. And then resource flows refer to how money, people, knowledge, information, and other assets are allocated and distributed. So changes in resource flows could be created through a program that outlines how knowledge is possessed by one group and how an organization could gain knowledge in order to impact their ability to contribute to a flow of information or other types of capital. And level 3 changes also are measured in terms of relationships and interconnections. So this is the quality of connections and communication among actors in a given system, especially among those with differing histories and viewpoints. So these measures capture the extent to which Foundation support has been successful in catalyzing improved coordination or establishing new relationships among sector actors. Another category in level 3 concerns power dynamics. So power dynamics, which refers to the distribution of decision-making power, authority, and formal and informal influence among individuals and organizations. These measures are focused on how spaces or opportunities to engage have changed and whether or how narratives within a given sector may have shifted as a result of MasterCard Foundation's support. And then finally, mindsets is the last category in level 3, which when we think about mindsets, we can think of like the ways that we orient ourselves to the world or the community around us. So these are ways that we think that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time thinking about consciously, but they do guide the way that we relate to ourselves and our peers and our community. So they're the beliefs and assumptions and taken for granted ways of operating that influence how we think and what we do. And so changes in mindsets, here we could think about whether there are social norms at play which prevent certain groups from getting equitable access to goods, and whether MasterCard Foundation supported programming impact and can change those mindsets so that resources or knowledge are more equitably distributed. In terms of the indicator that we're using for level 3, for youth leaders and youth peers, we're using one indicator for each of these pillars. And this is specifically the change in mindsets among individuals indicator. So as I just mentioned, we want to understand what deeply held beliefs or mindsets exist within each of the communities that Going Beyond is being implemented in, and whether through programming these mindsets have shifted at all. So again, changes in mindsets refer to new ways of thinking and shifts in the way that individuals behave and interact with their peers, families, communities, and groups or societies. So changes in mindsets are among the most transformative changes that we can experience, and they have the potential to unlock significant change across all of the other intermediate outcomes. So this is a very important indicator. So what I want to do with this slide is encourage everyone One who is going through this presentation to take 5 minutes to reflect on programming that you're currently delivering with your organization. And I want you to think about the types of system level changes that you're working towards. So think for a few minutes about a program. So who are the participants in your program and what are the problems that the program is trying to solve? If it's an education program, perhaps there's information that's being conveyed to participants that is meant to gain some sort of knowledge around some sort of issue that is a problem in society. And so what kinds of changes are you hoping for your programming to contribute to? And are these changes policies, practices, resource flows, relationships and interconnections, power dynamics, mindsets? Are they any of these? Are they some of these? Are they all of these? So what I'll encourage you to do is just brainstorm for a few minutes about your programming and the types of system level changes that you and your colleagues at your organization are working towards. So take 5 to 10 minutes to just sort of work through some ideas around system level changes.